All right. Let's check the channel. Just want to make sure this works. Okay, yeah, it's working. It's working. So, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the draft and some of the trades that have happened. One of them I kind of called. I didn't exactly call it like exact. I ended up calling it as a player that would get traded, and that was Jordan Poole. I think we all knew Chris Paul was going to get moved maybe somewhere. There was a possibility that the Wizards retain him, but it's just the idea. The Warriors traded Jordan Poole for Chris Paul, and I knew Jordan Poole was going to get traded, just based off of the body language, what I had seen from Steph. Most importantly, Draymond Green was trying to mend that relationship, and Jordan Poole just wasn't letting it happen. And you're not like Jordan Poole was just not in a position to um, be making waves like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a younger guy. He was easily the worst defender on their roster, and he hasn't been playing well. At least this year, he hasn't been playing well. I guess I would assume that has something to do with the punch. But when you're a young guy, man, and you're not like the face of the face of the franchise, as in i.e. Stephen Curry, like better like you a lot or you're gonna be up out of there. You know what I'm saying? And to the Warriors specifically, Draymond Green is way more important to them winning a title than Jordan Poole was. And so I like the addition of Chris Paul. I don't know how much Chris Paul is actually going to be impactful for them. He's going to probably be their backup point guard. Kind of like what Jordan Poole was. Yes, you take a dip in scoring, but you bring in like a savvy NBA vet that like one more year out of it's probably not going to be an uberly productive year, but you get yourself a vet and you get off of a guy who is easily being a headache for your roster. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, that's a big deal because I just knew it was coming. Like I just if any player was definitely getting traded to me, it was Jordan Poole. Because Steph Curry was not going to put up with that. Steph Curry's to a point now where it's like he's made his money, right? Like he wants to win as many rings as possible, and he's not going to let Jordan Poole come in and fuck up the team chemistry. So I had a feeling that was going to happen. But I will say this from the Wizards' perspective, they did get a great young player. Like, yeah, you got Jordan Poole, he's on a max deal. He's easily going to be probably their number one scorer next year, unless Johnny Davis has some type of like epiphany or breakthrough and becomes like the next Kobe Bryant. But yeah, you know what? I think uh, I think this is a win in a way for both. Just because like I understand the Wizards were trying to dump cap space like that. To me, this trade makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. Like, I understand why they wanted to get off Porzingis. I understand why they wanted to get off Bradley, but then they bring in Jordan Poole, who's like a shitty defender and is a great shooter. It's just like I don't really know what else you can put around him. Like if for the Wizards, yeah, you can get away with it. I'm gonna call it what it is. Like you'll be able to get away with having Jordan Poole for 2, maybe 3 years before you decide to trade him. But it's just the idea, like, if you bring in a guy like Anthony Black, at least he has a shooter on his team now that's not costing them $250 million, you know? Like, that's the benefit to this, is, like, you get the scoring of Bradley Beal without having to pay Bradley Beal, you know what I'm saying? Or pay that type of money. So, like, yeah, Bradley Beal's a more all-around scorer, but as far as just a pure shooter, like, I like it for the Wizards. It's not the greatest trade in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jordan Poole's not moving the needle for the Wizards at all, but at least in the future, because I think they're gonna draft Anthony Black, like, I think it's an okay move, you know what I'm saying, for the Wizards. It's not a great move. It's not a move that's like, "Oh my god, we got ourselves an crazy winner here." But I think if you're gonna draft Anthony Black, at least put a shooter next to him, you know? What's up, Mosen? Or Mawson? Austin or Mosen? I'm pretty sure it's Mosen, but So yeah, like it is what it is. So as for the Kristaps Porzingis trade, 'cause I'm sure this is a trade that people wanna talk about. This was a great move for the Celtics. They got 2 first-round picks and Kristaps Porzingis, essentially for Marcus Smart. Um, Marcus Smart was easily the worst offensive player, I think, for them, shooting-wise. I was a little shocked they were willing to trade Malcolm Brogdon after he was Sixth Man of the Year. But if you're the Grizzlies, like, the Grizzlies and the Celtics come out major winners here. The Wizards, on the other hand, Tyus Jones. So I'm a little curious as to what they're gonna draft because Tyus Jones is good enough to be a starter. Like, next year, the starting 5 for the Wizards is probably gonna be, like, Tyus Jones and, Jordan Poole and whoever they draft. But it's just the idea, like, if they draft Anthony Black, like, there's a lot of possibilities there. But the Grizzlies did the trade for Marcus Smart, obviously, because John Morant out for 25 games. Which automatically puts John Morant out of the conversation for MVP or really any league awards. Um, and the Wizards got Tyus Jones out of it, not bad. They got Danilo Gallinari, which nobody really gives a shit about. He's past his prime. And they got, like, Mike Muscala or something as well. Um, and the Celtics get themselves another big, which they so desperately needed because, like, against Miami specifically in the playoffs, they played like shit. Um, they were letting the Miami Heat get anything they wanted around the basket, and if you're Boston, that's incredibly uncharacteristic for what they're known for. I'm saying Ime I'm gonna say this correct. Ime Udoka or Ime Udoka, I don't know how to say that, but I think it's Ime Udoka. When Ime Udoka was their head coach, they were the best defensive team in basketball, and not that they still weren't good, but, like, part of me thinks, like, if Joe Mazzulla wasn't their head coach and Ime Udoka was still their head coach during the playoffs, they would have not let that shit slide. Like, the idea that they let Miami just do whatever they wanted in the paint for, like, 3 games straight, and even let it get to a point where Miami beat them. If Ime Udoka was coaching that team, I really don't think Miami wins that series. And I'll die on that hill. I will stand on that till the day I fucking die. If Ime Udoka was their head coach, I really don't think Boston loses that series against Miami. Um, they did pose a really good comeback, but I just don't think that they lose that series. And Porzingis is a guy that, like, played 65 games last year, and in the NBA these days, 65 games is the new 82, it seems, and I think if you're Boston, right, like, you're getting a guy like yeah, you're paying him, I think, $37,000,000, but you can bring him back next season for way less than that. Like, he's never gonna make $37,000,000 a year ever again in his career. So, like, yeah, you can pay him that and then bring him back next year for something cheaper, maybe in the area of, like I don't know if it's gonna be, like, 20,000,000, but if you can bring him back for, like, you know, I don't know, 17,000,000 a year, like, that's not too bad for Kristaps Porzingis, I think. And he was a very efficient player as well, like, he was one of the league top guys for, like, PER and stuff, so I don't know, man, like, it could be a really big deal for Boston. He's also a great rim protector, like, he's obviously not, like, a great one-on-one defender, but he's great at rotating, which, like, the Celtics, when Robert Williams is out, like, they can bring in Kristaps Porzingis, and they don't lose a whole lot on defense. So, I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, I don't think Porzingis is a great perimeter defender, but, we can finally see some of the pick and roll game between Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and, Boston will finally be, like, the Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown show. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been that way for a while, but now we get to see that. We'll get to see Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown running more point guard. I don't know if you're a Celtics fan, I don't know how happy you are about seeing Jaylen Brown run more point guard because he dribbles the ball like a fucking middle schooler, but it's just the idea, like, that's now a possibility. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, I like those trades. As a Pacers fan, like, I'm not a fan of the trades we did during the draft. Like, we traded 40 for, 47th and some cash. Like, I understand that Kevin Pritchard didn't want to bring on 5 rookies. Like, a lot of people don't know that. I don't think, like, KP did not wanna roster 5 rookies next season. It wasn't gonna happen. He did not wanna do it. Granted, yes, we get cash in, the 47th pick, but, like, at that point, it's kinda like we might as well have just tried to package those picks for another player, and I think we did. Like, I'm gonna bet that the front office made a real shot at OG Anunoby, and the Toronto Raptors were just asking for way too much. Um, there's been rumors that we've been linked to, like, Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is not a guy that I'm against getting. Yeah, he's owed a shit ton of money, but after this season, we could probably bring him back for a lot less than you know, than what he currently was with the Sixers. So I really like the idea of, Tobias Harris. I was really hoping for, like, Brandon Ingram, but, I don't know how possible that really is unless the Pelicans trade Zion. Um, and even then, I feel like we would have to give the Pelicans way more than just the 7th pick. We'd have to give them, like, the 7th pick plus Benedict Mathurin or, like, something like that. Like, anything we could give them that isn't Tyrese Halliburton, and I just don't think that's possible. So, like, I feel like if we were to get Brandon Ingram, they specifically would want, like, Tyrese Halliburton, and I can't blame them. Like, they're short a point guard, and Tyrese Halliburton's one of the better point guards in the league, so as far as, like, facilitating and scoring and being a decent defender, like, he's very well-rounded, and I guarantee you the Pacers got calls on him, guarantee it, and they were against, like, if you're the Pacers, you'd be stupid to trade him, but I don't know. I feel like by the time the season starts, though, a couple guys that could get traded are I think Bradley Beal would get traded after tonight. I'm gonna call it what it is. Like, if the Blazers draft Scoot Henderson, like, I think Damian Lillard's gone. I'm just gonna call it what it is. I think if they draft Scoot Henderson, Damian Lillard's had enough. He's mentally checked out. He's gone. That's what I think. Um, I also think that Buddy Hield or Miles Turner could be on the move as well. They're 2 guys that I think could be on the move, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I don't know, man. We will just have to see what happens towards the end of the off season. But who knows? Like, DeAndre Ayton's a possibility. Like, I know Pacers fan, even me, I'm not a huge fan of the contract, but, like, I could I could see the Pacers making a move for DeAndre Ayton. Trading Miles Turner plus Buddy Hield or whatever for DeAndre Ayton, especially when I think DeAndre Ayton could be, like, better for the Pacers than he could be for the Suns. Ayton to Indy is very possible. Yes, it is. It is very possible. Like, more possible now than people, I think, would like to admit. Mostly because, like, we were the heavy suitors for him, and if Phoenix is really looking to get rid of him, which it seems like they are, it could be big for us, like, really big. So, I don't know. I think people have, like, kind of misjudged DeAndre Ayton in some ways. Like, I understand he's overpaid, like, by, like, roughly by, like, $20,000,000, okay? I think he was worth about 110 million dollars a year, maybe 150 if we're stretching it. But they gave him, like, what, 133 over 4? So, like, yeah, he's getting paid like, $15,000,000 more than he's worth. But I think in a setting where, like, we have, I don't know, Tyrese Halliburton and we have, Benedict Mathurin and who depending on who we draft tonight, whether it's Taylor Hendricks or Jarris Walker, putting them next to Ayton could be a great thing. Like, I think the pick and roll game between Tyrese Halliburton and DeAndre Ayton would be a thing of fucking beauty. I'm just gonna call that now. Like, I think that would work way better than Pacers fans want to admit. But it is what it is. And, I guess, like, I think we're gonna draft Taylor Hendricks. Like, if I had to take a swing on anybody, like, from what I've seen, I really think the Pacers are gonna take Taylor Hendricks tonight, not Jarris Walker. I know there's gonna be a lot of Pacers fans that don't like that, because a lot of Pacers fans were, like, really, really, really high on Jarris Walker, but I just think Taylor Hendricks has had some benefits that a lot of other rookie not a lot of other if I could talk, that not a lot of other rookies have had. Like, he was on the Setting the Pace podcast last night, and no other rookie has done that. So, like, that kinda leads me to believe that, like, there's something up with Indian and Taylor Hendricks. And for me, as a, who was a flaming Paul George fan, when he was in college, not just when he played for the Pacers, like, I was huge on Paul George. I think Taylor Hendricks screams Paul George in a lot of ways. Like, even Paul George, like, people bitch about Taylor Hendricks' shot creation, but Paul George wasn't a great shot creator either, and Paul George was a great fucking player. Like, Paul George ended up being an MVP caliber player when he played in OKC. So, I think, like, even if we draft Taylor Hendricks, I really don't think it's the end of the world. In some ways, I also think that, like, Taylor Hendricks has a higher ceiling than Jarris Walker in a lot of ways. How do you feel about the Pacers trades today? I get why they did 'em, I just don't like 'em. Like, I don't like the idea of trading the 29th pick for, an yeah, we got an early first round pick next year from it's like OKC's pick. I thought it was Denver's pick, but Denver traded us an OKC pick, which means it'll be in the early 20s next season. So we traded 29 and 40 for, oh no, 29 and 32 for 40 and an early first next year. And we traded 40 to the Lakers for 47 and cash, which I get it. Like honestly, like once you start getting into the 40s and 50s in the draft, you're getting into guys that aren't even gonna make an NBA roster. But I mean, to be fair, there's guys like Nikola Jokic out there in the 40s. So even though that's very, very rare that something like that happens, um, you never know, you know? And honestly, for me, like, I was hoping that we would trade the picks for, like, actual players. That's what I was hoping for, like I said earlier, I think the Pacers took a serious, serious swing at OG Anunoby from Toronto, and Toronto just wants too much. I'm assuming the front office offered 7, 26, and maybe 40 after we traded it, and Toronto still said no. So, I don't know. Like, I don't think Toronto's ever gonna trade OG Anunoby if they continue to ask for such a steep price on him. Um, even Tobias Harris, like I said earlier, like, Tobias Harris was a guy that I would have been happy with. Not a great defender, but the dude can put the ball in the hole when he wants to. So, I'm a fan of that in some ways. Um, Jarris Walker needs to be a small forward at the end of the day. He's pretty undersized for a 4. I like Taylor Hendricks a lot, but I don't think he's still there at 7. Orlando is my best bet on getting I think Orlando's taking a Star Thompson. Like, I'm just gonna call it what it is, like, they Orlando seems I do know this, Detroit's taking Cam Whitmore. Like, that seems like it's a lock, and if they're taking Cam Whitmore, then or the Orlando Magic are taking a Star Thompson. If they take Taylor Hendricks, I'd be a little shocked. Like, I wouldn't be completely surprised, but at the same time, like, we win no matter what because then at that point, we get a Star Thompson, and a Star Thompson's a fucking unit. That kid can ball. So, like, in a way, like, no matter who we get, okay, like, at our position, it's gonna be great. Like, I agree with you, Jarris Walker is a little undersized to be playing 4. Um, I think he could get it done, but he would have to be, like, Draymond Green level good on defense, and that's, like, generational. So I don't know how good he'll be at that. I think it's just to spread out picks into next year so we can try and make a big trade either this offseason or the next trade deadline. I agree. Trading that honestly, I feel like the whole purpose of trading the 29th and 32nd pick to Denver was us trying to land OG Anunoby. Like, I feel like we tried to offer Toronto 7, the early first round pick, which will be in the 20s next year from OKC and the 26th pick, and I feel like Toronto still fucking said no. And if they still said no, then Toronto's fucking stupid, like, Yashai Majiri or whatever his name is fucking stupid, and he's looking for too much for OG Anunoby. Like, And the worst part is, like, that's probably one of the better offers they'll get, but, yeah, I mean, if you're too ignorant to take that trade, when OG Anunoby's a guy who has an injury history, he's a great player, but he has an injury history. If you're Toronto, man, like, he doesn't even wanna be there too. Like, OG Anunoby's been in trade talks for over a year and a half now, like, going into the last so, like, he doesn't wanna be there. So, like, why are they considering OG is a free agent after this year, yeah, that would be yeah, exactly, that's my point. Like, he's a free agent in the next offseason. Like, OG's a guy that a team like Washington, who now has a shit ton of money to spend, could, throw OG Anunoby the bag. It's very so, 'cause now that they're off of Bradley Beal, like, look at their future. Depending on who they draft, right? They got Tyus Jones, who's arguably a starter. Jordan Poole, like, they traded for Jordan Poole today, and you get OG Anunoby in free agency next year. That's a pretty nice 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? And Tyus Jones is a guy who's incredibly underrated. Like, he's a guy that I think would be really, really good, and he's going to be good. Like, for the Wizards, he's gonna be their starting point guard most likely, unless they draft, like, Anthony Black or somebody, which even then, like, I still think Tyus Jones has the ability to be the starting point guard on that team. So, I don't know. I just think Toronto is making a lot of really bad moves, if I'm being honest. Like, waiting this long to trade OG Anunoby when like, his value is not what you're asking for, people are just gonna continue to offer you pennies on the dollar. Like, and the worst part is, like, because he's been in trade rumors since last offseason, like, GMs know he doesn't wanna be there. So, like, I really don't know what Toronto's doing. Like, you might as well get the 2 or 3 first round picks that you can get and call it a fucking day rather than lose them for nothing. And who knows? Like, honestly, when Toronto trades OG Anunoby, they're probably gonna like, a fraction of what they want. So because they're gonna hold out to the trade deadline, and if they hold out to the trade deadline of this upcoming season, they're gonna get nothing for him. Like, they basically have to trade him, like, before the season starts in order to, like, um prevent themselves from getting nothing for him. Seeing the Wizards rebuild made me think of Kuzma to Indy. I don't know if we would do it because he isn't a great defender, but could could fit our offense. Kuzma's a good scorer. Like, don't get me wrong, Kuzma's great on offense. It's just our team needs defense desperately. That's why I want Taylor Hendricks or Jarris Walker so bad. Is like they need to put somebody next to Miles Turner so that way, like, Miles Turner can actually defend the center position. And even though I don't think he can defend the center position at all, like, I just don't think he has the body to do it. At least it would help him. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think we need Jarris Walker or Taylor Hendricks. But if I'm a betting man, like, I'm just gonna tell you guys, like, if I'm a betting man, I'm picking Taylor Hendricks tonight. Like, I think the Pacers are taking Taylor Hendricks. The draft is starting. What would you say the odds are Houston trades the 4th pick at the last moment to accommodate James Harden's potential return? I doubt it's gonna happen because they can just get him in free agency. James Harden, it clearly wants to go back to Houston. Like, and if he doesn't wanna go back to the 76ers, he obviously doesn't wanna win, so, like, why would you even want him? Like, if he doesn't wanna win, any player that runs away from a winning team, like, any team that any player at all that runs away from a playoff team to go to a team that's like a fucking bottom feeder in the league just because you wanna be the center guy, does not care about winning. Okay? I get that you wanna be close to your family. I get that you maybe like Houston a lot, and he's got family members in Houston, but, like, come on, man. Like, you're not gonna at least try to win a ring? Like, that's what I'm getting from James Harden. I think, like honestly, I'd be shocked if Houston's even interested in bringing back James Harden as a free agent. Like, if I'm the GM, it's like bringing in James Harden is gonna fuck up the growth of Amen Thompson if they draft him tonight, which I think they will. So, Harden will put butts in seats in you. Yeah, that's true. He'll sell tickets, but I think so will Amen Thompson. If they draft like Jalen Green kinda did it. So, I don't know. I get that he would sell tickets, but I don't know, like, but at the same time, it's like Houston has seen that show before, you know what I'm saying? Just to like, they saw the best of James Harden in 2017, 2018, like, from 2016 to, like, 2018, 2019 was prime James Harden, right? And he's lost a step since then, like, I'm not saying he's bad, but he's not the same player he was in 2016, 2017, 2018, and even 2019. Like, he's just not that player anymore. He still has flashes of it, but he's just not the same guy. So San Antonio's on the clock. They're obviously going to pick Victor Wembanyama. Don't then RC Buford deserves to lose his job. Pretty crazy how this came full circle, ain't it? How like they just got over a dynasty in Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, the David Robinson thing, and now they get the number one pick. They get Victor Wembanyama again, who's arguably the best generational talent since LeBron James. It's like the NBA loves them some San Antonio Spurs basketball. He knows he's going first. We know he's going first. Just a heads up, your mic is hitting peaks and valleys. Oh, it is? I do know, like, I'm playing with the, what is it? The gain a little bit on it. I wonder if, hold on. Give me a second. I think it's only when I get loud or whatever. It's little bits, it's not terrible. Yeah, it's because I'm, like, stretching my voice, that's why. For whatever reason, my voice has not been the same since I got sick, like, a week or 2 ago. It hasn't been the same. Yeah, they've already picked. Like, the pick is in. It's Victor Wembanyama. Alright, let's watch it. Let's see them take Victor Wembanyama. We know who they're taking. This kid I think is gonna be really good. I don't think he's gonna come into the league the way people think. I think he'll easily be the best player on the Spurs, and I think he'll be rookie of the year. Like, I think he'll score, like, 20 something a game, 20 maybe 24, 23, 24 a game. Um, but I think, like, against guys like, Joel Embiid, Jokic, and stuff like that, he's gonna struggle. Chet Holmgren's also a rookie this year. Keep that in mind. Chet Holmgren versus Victor Wembanyama is gonna be an interesting matchup because, um, Chet Holmgren is a, rookie of the this is his technically his rookie year. Who do you think is going to be number 2, Brandon Miller or Scoot Henderson? Brandon Miller, easily. That's gonna be Brandon Miller. Charlotte is in love with Brandon Miller, it seems. Like, it's been widely reported at this point that, like, even the biggest odds are for Brandon Miller at this point. I would guarantee you Victor Wembanyama can run all 94 feet of a basketball court. Yeah, I think it's 94 feet. I guarantee you, like, he could get from one side of the court to the other in, like, 4 or 5 steps. Like, he's that tall. Like Giannis is 6'11", and Giannis can get from one side of the court to the other in, like, 4 or 5 steps. I think it's a mistake Scoot will be better than LaMelo in 2 years. I don't know about that. Scoot's good, don't get me wrong. Like, he's gonna be a great player, but he reminds me more of John Wall than anything. LaMelo reminds me of, like, just an all-around player. Like, LaMelo's great at shooting, he's great at passing, rebounds, like, he's 6'7". I feel like if you're the Hornets, like, if you just continue to let LaMelo Ball develop, I think he has the ability to be like a league MVP type of guy in the future where I'm not sure Scoot does. I think the best Scoot's gonna be is like John Wall or like Baron Davis, which Baron Davis is a great was a great player. Um, but I don't know. I think if you're Charlotte, you have too many guards, and I think you need to fill positions of guys you're gonna lose, and, like, we still don't know what the deal is with Miles Bridges. So, like, I think taking Brandon Miller is the right decision. Like, I if I were the GM of the Hornets, I would take Brandon. I understand the argument for Scoot, but that's what I would be doing. And I will say this, I think if Portland takes Scoot Henderson tonight, Damian Lillard asks for a trade, like, next week. Like, I think, like, that's a real possibility. I think, like, in a way, I feel like, Damian Lillard will say, like, "Okay, like, it's time to close shop." Like, they got my replacement, you know? I also think ESPN's mock draft really sucks. I am gonna say that. I think their mock draft is fucking terrible. I feel like they didn't listen to, like, any of the stuff that came out. We're looking for 26. I personally love Leonard Miller, but to the Pacers, I don't think Padinsky, what the fuck is his name? From Santa Clara. The dude who can shoot the fucking lights out. He's, I'll tell you. Alright, Victor Wembanyama went 1. We know that. I'll tell you right now. Padinsky. Hold on. Teams, right? Basketball. Podziemski. Brandon Podziemski is the guy I'm looking for at 26. Him or Chris Murray. Leonard Miller, I don't think he's gonna be there. If Leonard Miller's there, I'd be a little shocked. I feel like he's gonna go early 20s, late teens. He's a guy that, like, has a lot of potential. I like Leonard Miller, like, I'd be happy with either, but the a lot of mock drafts have the pace of taking, Chris Murray at 26. Mm. Alright. The guy we all knew would go number 1 went number 1. Yo, he is significantly taller than Adam Silver. Holy shit. I was hoping we were going to trade up for him, but then we traded 20. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't happy about us trading 29 and 32. I really wasn't. Like, those are 2 decent, like, I would say early second round picks. Like, we got Andrew Nemhard at what, 31 to 32 last year? So, I was a little mad that we traded both of them because I thought we could have traded 29 and 32 for a player, like, 29 and 32 plus a player for a higher pick in the draft. Like, I thought we could have traded, like, 29 and Chris Duarte for, like, the 10th to, Dallas or something like that. Victor Wembanyama has an 8-foot wingspan, that is fucking insane. His shoe size is a 20 and a half. Like, that's wild, man. I'm actually excited for him to go to San Antonio. Like, I think that's the right place for him. I didn't want and I've been saying that since I knew that they had a chance, to get him. Alright, Houston's gonna take, Brandon Miller. I'm calling it. Usually, you can find out on Twitter who's gonna take who, before, the pick is actually like, if you follow Shams or, Wemby or not Wemby, Woj on Twitter, they usually tweet the pick before the pick even comes in. Gotta move this. Let's see. Oh, I can't. Never mind. I don't the Twitter app anymore. I deleted it. I got tired of Twitter. I got tired of the fucking people on it. So I'm shocked that the pick's not in yet because like Charlotte's been pretty keen on taking Brandon Miller. Yeah, starting small forward and power forward and bench depth. Yo, he's got a brother? I didn't even know this. Victor Wembanyama's brother is like fucking tall too. It's gonna be Miller at 2. Yeah. I think it's gonna be Miller at 2 also. Unless you check Twitter already and they already announced it. Yo, does Jeremy Sohan have purple hair? He does. Yo, this dude's always got a wild hairstyle. They're gonna be a really good duo. I'm gonna say that. Jeremy Sohan and Victor Wembanyama are gonna be a great duo. Like defensively, they're gonna lock shit down. Modern day Dennis Rodman. Yeah, he is. The like hairstyle wise and shit. Yeah. Even defensively, like he's kinda got the tools to do it, but I don't think in today's NBA they're gonna let you grab like 20 rebounds. Not unless you're like Jokic or Embiid. All right, so I'm calling it. Charlotte definitely picked Brandon Miller. I'm actually a little shocked Michael Jordan sold the team, to be honest with you. But like it needed to happen. Like he was horrible, fucking horrible at being an owner. Like he would never let the front office do what they were supposed to do. Like he was just an owner that was way too involved and like the only right pick he ever made in the draft was like drafting LaMelo Ball. That's the only thing he did. Please God, Pacers get Jarris or Taylor. Yeah, they're gonna. I think they I think they're gonna get Taylor Hendricks. Like I've seen hints that lead me to believe it's gonna be Taylor Hendricks. Like I have a reason to believe it's gonna be Taylor Hendricks. I usually don't say these type of things without like some type of insight on it. Or at least good reasoning on it. Yep. Charlotte selected Brandon Miller. I like the pick. I think it makes sense. I get why people wanted Scoot. I do. I understand why they wanted Scoot, but Brandon Miller is, especially with the Miles Bridges situation going on. You got Gordon Hayward on an expiring contract. Like, I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's the right pick. I think that's what they needed. And now Portland's gonna take Scoot Henderson. I think Brandon Miller is gonna be very good next to a guy like LaMelo Ball. I really do. I think if anything, they're gonna complement each other. Like LaMelo Ball is gonna make Brandon Miller look like fucking Jason Tatum. Like I mean, I don't how much has LaMelo Ball actually played with like Gordon Hayward? I feel like it's not a lot. And with Miles Bridges, like also like a lot of people, I don't know how much people realize this, but this allows um this allows like the Hornets to, like wash their hands of not only Miles Bridges but Gordon Hayward next year too. So if Brandon Miller is the guy that we think he is, which I think he is, this is the right move for them, not only financially, but what if Asar goes 5 or 6? He will. He's gonna go 6. I'm gonna call it like I'm pretty positive he's gonna go 6 because I have a lot of reason to believe Detroit's gonna take Cam Whitmore at 5. And then I feel like we're gonna take Taylor Hendricks at 7. Like, the first 3 are very easy. The first 3 picks are super easy. Especially, like, with these teams and what their needs are, like, the first 3 picks are usually pretty easy. Last year, I got it wrong. I will say that, though. Like, last year, I got it wrong. Last year, I was like, Jabari Smith Jr. is going number 1, and then, like, a half hour before the draft starts, Orlando was, "Yeah, we're gonna take, Paolo Banchero," and that was the right pick, to be honest with you, 'cause Jabari Smith Jr.'s rookie year was incredibly underwhelming. Like, he did not be the guy that I thought he was gonna be. Oh, Amen? No. The problem is, though, like, I think Houston likes Amen too much to pass, 'cause he's a great point guard. Like, and Houston needs point guard play. The only reason they don't take Amen Thompson is if they know for a fact they're signing James Harden in free agency. That's, like, I think the only reason they don't take him. And even then, I'd still draft him as an insurance policy. So, I just think, like, I've looked into this, man. Like, I've put a lot of thought into this. I always put, like, an insane amount of thought into the draft, or at least the lottery anyway. Like, usually after that, I kinda stop giving a shit, but yeah, Portland took Scoot Henderson. They definitely did. They'd be stupid not to. Like, especially with a disgruntled Damian Lillard, like, I think you need to take him. Taylor Hendricks is ranked ahead of Jarris Walker by, like, 6 spots on their big board. Oh, Jay Billis, best available. I'm gonna call it what it is, okay? This might piss a lot of people off. I think I've said it already, but I think Taylor Hendricks has the ability to be like the next Paul George for the Pacers. And I know that's a big claim, but like defensively, shot wise, off ball movement, like he's not a great shot creator, but I said this before, neither was Paul George. Like when we drafted Paul George was not a good shot creator. And I think that's like one part of Taylor's game that like could easily evolve. This is where it might get spicy now. Yeah, it will. Things could change a lot. All it takes is one person to not go where we think they're gonna go. I mean, granted, I think we're still gonna get whoever we want. Like, no matter who we get, we're gonna be happy. Like, that's the one good thing about being the 7th pick, right? Like in this draft specifically, I feel like no matter who we get, we're gonna be happy to some extent, right? Jarris Walker is good, Hendricks is good, Whitmore is good. Um, you know, Sar is good. You know what I'm saying? Like, we kind of can't lose unless like the next 3 picks, or even the next 3 picks. If the next 3 picks are like Hendricks, Jarris Walker, and Asar, we still get Cam Whitmore. Even though Cam Whitmore is easily gonna go, I think, within the top. I don't think Houston's gonna take Cam Whitmore though. Houston's gonna take Amen Thompson. I also think a future backcourt for Portland of Scoot Henderson and Shaden Sharp is very, very intriguing. Like, very intriguing. Like, I think if you're Portland, you're fucking stupid not to take Scoot Henderson. And Scoot Henderson could develop a jump shot, by the way, as well. All right, here we go. Yep, they took him. Sharp is on Sharp is going on you quite a bit. Yeah, he's impressed me a lot, specifically on the defensive side of the ball. Like, I don't like AAU tape. Everybody is like, "Oh, like, yeah, like, you can see athleticism in any person you watch on YouTube." Like, Shaden Sharp was incredibly athletic, but I was worried, like, defensively and his shot selection and, like, his ability to handle the ball and create shots and stuff, like, it was very rough, but Nasir Little took him in, and, like, even in his first couple games, like, I watched every Shaedon Sharpe, like, every Portland Trailblazers game, like, the first 5 or 10 games he played, and he just progressively got better because he was always sitting next to Nasir Little, listening, taking stuff in, and there was one game I was watching him play, and he was horrible on defense. Went back to the bench, sat down, talked to Nasir Little, and played lockdown defense the rest of the fucking game. So I like whatever Shaedon Sharpe becomes, I think Nasir Little has a lot to do with it. I think he has like a whole lot to do with it. Because Nasir Little understands like in order to make it in the NBA as a rookie, like you have to at least show some effort on defense. And Sharp had some plays where he was lazy, lost his man, stuff like that, and then Nasir corrected it. So I think Sharp is actually gonna be really good. Like, if Sharp gets the ability to be well, now he will be get the ability to be teammates with Scoot Henderson. If Damian Lillard leaves and even if they trade what's his name, Anthony Simons or whatever, like, I feel like the sooner you get Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharp playing time together, the sooner you're gonna get your Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum type duo back. That's what I think, and I honestly think that duo Sharp and Scoot has the ability to be better than Dame and CJ were. I feel like Dame and CJ were incredibly similar players, as in guys that, like, they could create shots off the dribble, but, like, they weren't exactly a super crazy huge threat to, like, catch the lob or go to the hoop and, like, throw it down on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dame was always a threat anywhere, but Scoot has the ability to penetrate and kick out, you know what I'm saying? And get guys involved and finish around the basket and dunk and be a threat to go to the basket every time. That's why I think he's more like John Wall than anything. Um, so that's why I take Scoot over LaMelo. He has the hunger to be a two-way player, not so much the build. LaMelo has the build of a two-way player, but not the hunger. Yeah, I could agree with that. I think LaMelo is kinda lax. I mean, granted, injuries are a thing with LaMelo, but I don't know, man. I don't know how much LaMelo wants it, you know? Like, I'd like to see LaMelo get better, and I think he will get better, like, a lot better, but I don't know how much he wants to win, you know what I'm saying? But at least Charlotte's taking steps in the right direction, you know? At least I think they made the right pick. I think taking Brandon Miller was the right pick. 2 minutes left. They have pick 4 and pick 20. So, well, we know the Rockets need a point guard, so they're taking Amen Thompson. Like, I'm positive they're taking Amen Thompson or Cason Wallace even, you know what I'm saying? Cason Wallace is a damn good point guard. Like, Cason Wallace is probably, to me, one of the most underrated point guards in this draft. I know a lot of people love Anthony Black, but Cason Wallace is a dude that he's got a full bag, I think. He's gonna be really fucking good for whatever team he goes to. I'm gonna be honest, Scoot Henderson's dad kinda rubs me the wrong way. He reminds me of a father that, like, purposely, like, made his son play basketball to get where he's at. Like, you can tell Scoot Henderson loves basketball, but I feel like if his dad didn't, like, force him into it, so to say, like, I don't know, like, how good he would be. Like, his family owns a gym and everything. Who knows? But his dad gives me, like, uh, Julian and dad vibes almost, like, not to that extent, but, like, I kinda just get that vibe. Oh, I forgot. Ime Udoka's the head coach of the Rockets now. I completely forgot about that. That's good for that team. I'm just gonna call it what it is, like, that's great for them because they need a coach that's not a giant fucking pussy like the last guy was. This guy had no control over the locker room, no control over, um, Kevin Porter Jr., no control over Jalen Green. Like, you need a fucking man in there, you know what I'm saying? And Ime Udoka, I think, is gonna establish that. 1 year, 23,000,000. JJ Redick got jokes. I don't know. I'm very interested to see what the Rockets do because they could take Cam Whitmore, and it wouldn't be a well, but is it Amen Thompson or Amen Thompson? 'Cause I've heard Amen Thompson and I've heard Amen Thompson. I've heard everybody pronounce it differently. What is basketball referencing gonna have it, are they? Yeah, there's no pronunciation because it's not on basketball reference. Only time will tell. Yeah, that's true. I think Amen Thompson's gonna be a very good point guard for the Rockets. I think he's exactly what the doctor ordered in some ways for that team. Kevin Porter Jr. is a fucking turnover machine. I'm just gonna call it what it is. So is Jalen Green to some extent. This why do I feel like Case and Wallace is a possibility here, or Anthony Black even, but I think they're taking Amen Thompson. Pick is in. Yep. They took Amen Thompson. Okay, so it's Amen Thompson. This is like Amen Thompson. I think the Rockets need to trade Kevin Porter Jr. though, just to like get the party vibes out of the locker room. Jarris is going fifth. It's a possibility, but Detroit loves Cam Whitmore from what I've heard. They really like some Cam Whitmore. This is where I think shit's really gonna get shifty. So far though, my mock draft is correct, so I'm happy about it. Granted, this was like mocked like the first night that it came out, but so far I'm right. Whereas last year I was dead wrong after the fucking first pick. Mm, 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 mm. Oh wow. Sources: Pelicans received a meeting in recent days with Scoot Henderson. New Orleans has pursued a top 2 to 3 pick in the draft. Both Charlotte and Portland so far expressing no interest in moving the pick. I'm just checking Sham's Twitter. So if Portland's not willing to trade the third pick, it seems like Dame is maybe on his way out. All right. What we got? I'm gonna say Detroit takes Cam Whitmore because they need wing depth. Anthony Black is very, very high on J Billis best available list. Grady Dick is seventh. Holy shit! I think Amin Thompson's gonna take Houston to definitely like a not like a better record than they did last year. I mean, like it really depends though. Like it depends on if Jabari Smith Jr. can take not get into a sophomore slump because that's a real thing. Like we saw it with Chris Duarte as Pacers fans, like sophomore slump. Same thing with Scotty Barnes. Like Scotty Barnes kind of hit a sophomore slump. Evan Mobley was defensive player of the year material last season. So I think at last year, what was it last year? Everybody kind of agreed that like Evan Mobley should have been uh rookie of the year. Buddy getting moved tonight at all? Probably not. Like the trade would have to be very good. I mean, you can never say never, right? But like Duarte could maybe get moved tonight. Jalen Smith could even get moved tonight. And as much as I like Jalen Smith, he played like shit last year. So I don't know. We'll see. Oh, I gotta do something. Hold on one second. Uh, the pick is in for Detroit. It's gonna be Cam Whitmore. Whitmore, I'm calling it. I'll tell you right now. Cam Whitmore. Lakers fans hyperventilating over Buddy and Miles lately. The only way we treat Buddy and Miles to the Lakers is if they give us fucking Anthony Davis. Like what do they have that we really want? Austin Reeves. I mean, if you want to give me LeBron James, okay, give me LeBron James. But the dude couldn't defend a parked car with a newsie. It seems most days anymore. Detroit's taking a Sar Thompson. Holy fuck! So this means Cam Whitmore is most likely going sixth. Because Asar canceled his workout with the Lakers, or not the Lakers, the Pacers. Hey man, Asar is very good. I'm just as shocked as you are because they were fucking in love with Cam Whitmore. So this means Orlando is getting Cam Whitmore. Don't be shocked if Whitmore is an indie man. Dude, Indy's not gonna take him. Like he's good, but Indy needs defense. They're gonna take Hendricks or Whitmore or Walker. Like they desperately need defense. Like specifically at the four position. Cam Whitmore is very good. Don't get me wrong, great player. But defensively, I feel like Hendricks and Walker are on another fucking level compared to Whitmore. I wouldn't be mad. Like I'll be honest, like I wouldn't be mad with it. It just wouldn't be the pick that I was expecting, or I don't think it would be the right pick. Let's put it that way. Because Orlando needs wing scorers. Orlando needs shooting. They need a scorer. I thought for sure Cam Whitmore was gonna go five, and Asar was gonna go number six. It feels good to know for sure we'll be able to get one of Walker or Hendricks. Yes. I think we're taking Hendricks. That's my opinion. Like, I would be almost a little shocked if we didn't take Hendricks. Hendricks is gonna be fucking phenomenal. Like, I don't think people are like you can usually like I've seen enough of Hendricks tape to be like, he's I think his ceiling is way higher than Jarrett Walker's, and that's gonna shock a lot of people, but looks like we got a choice between our top 3. Yeah, we do. The Magic already picked their player. Wow. I'm not gonna spoil 6 for you, but holy shit, it's not who you think it is. It's not who you think it is. My pick is Jarris. It reminds me of baby Draymond Green. Yeah, I was thinking that too. I'm fucking shocked. Fucking shocked that Orlando is taking who they're taking. They don't need point guard help. Like they need a guy who can put the ball in the fucking hoop. Yes, it's Anthony Black. Anthony Black? Anthony Black when you already have Cole Anthony and Jalen Suggs? Like even Grady Dick to me would have been a better pick. You have Paolo Banchero, right? You have Wendell Carter Jr. Fuck, you even have Bol Bol. At the point guard position, you have Cole Anthony. Um, or are they taking Anthony Black? They're taking Anthony Black. They need perimeter scoring and wing depth, and they took another fucking point guard that can't shoot. Who's the GM of the Magic? Like, they can get Grady at 11. Yes, they can, but they could have gotten Cam Whitmore and Grady Dick. Like, or Jordan Hawkins. Jordan Hawkins is another guy they could have got. I don't know who the GM of the Orlando Magic is, but I want his fucking job. Like, I want it immediately. If I'm an Orlando Magic fan right now, I am fucking pissed because you need perimeter scoring. It even says on TV they need perimeter scoring and wing depth, and they took another fucking point guard. I can agree with that. Yeah, he could be a bigger and better Andrew Nembhard, but he can't shoot. He's not a good 3-point shooter. That's fucking wild. Anthony Black. If I were Orlando, I'm taking Cam Whitmore or Asar Thompson and fucking Grady Dick. Those are the 2 guys I'm taking. That's what I need. And they took another point guard, a guy that, yeah, he's a great facilitator, but then like I gotta ask, like, do they have a trade for somebody? He's a better 3-point shooter than the numbers say. I certainly hope so. Well, now Pacers will get who they want. I don't know. ESPN's mock draft said they were taking Jarris Walker, so maybe we are taking Jarris Walker. I want Taylor Hendricks though. Anthony Black. That's irritating to me, and I'm not even an Orlando Magic fan. Like that's irritating to me. I want Jarris. I'll be happy with Jarris or Whitmore or in a way I kind of think we're taking Whitmore now because I didn't think Whitmore would fall this low. Yeah, they have Markel Fultz too. All right. Who we getting? Who we getting, chomps? We're ch- we're selecting Bilal Kullaby and trading him to Washington. What the fuck are we doing? So we're trading Bilal Kullaby and number 7, trading him to Washington. So we're making. So who the fuck are we actually getting then? Bilal Coulibaly at number 7 and trading him to Washington. So we're taking Hendricks at 8. Maybe. For sure Washington is 8th. Yeah, they are. So I don't get the purpose of this trade though. Like what's the purpose of the trade? Somebody help me figure this out. This doesn't make any fucking sense to me. If Washington is 8, why the fuck are we selecting their guy when we don't want their guy? Like that. Can we just pick a fucking player? Like, can we just do that? Hopefully, he picked up someone in that. I think we're getting max money to sign someone. Get our guy Walker. I hope we get somebody. I want Taylor Hendricks, but I'll be happy with Walker. Like, what the fuck? We're trading okay, to the team behind us. Boo! 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 Who we about to over? Like, who we about to overpay? That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck is the point of this? He didn't even work out for the Pacers. Like, I'm pretty positive he didn't even work out for the Pacers. I'm sick. I'm gonna be sick. The Pacers always fuck an easy thing up. Yo, Washington better select like fucking Jarris Walker or something and give us to him. Because Shams did say we're trading him. There's something in the works here. I don't know what's in the works, but something's in the works. Maybe we didn't expect Whitmore to be there. We needed more time to think it through. I don't think so. Unless we took him and like Utah fucking wanted him or something. Bilal Coulibaly is a guy that could have been obtained at like 15, 13 or 15. But now everyone knows he deserves to be a top 10, but not enough to realize he deserves to be in the top 5. I don't know how much I agree with that. We had better be trading this motherfucker to the Wizards for like Jarris Walker or Taylor Hendricks. He wasn't even a guy who had his own workout. Like this was not a guy who got his own one-on-one workout with the Pacers. Cam Whitmore got one. Jalen Hood Shafino got one. Hendricks got one. Whitmore got one. Walker got one. What in the actual fuck is going on? All right, who did Washington pick? Who did Washington pick? Indiana is selecting Jarris Walker at number 8 via the Wizards for this 7 for 8 flip. Washington also sends 2 second round picks to the Pacers to move up for Koulibaly. So we got Walker. Thank fucking God. Thank God. I was like, yo, please don't. I was so worried. I was so worried. Yeah, we got 2 second round picks just for picking up the guy that they want. And we got the guy that we want. Yeah, I was gonna say Kevin Pritchard was about, dude. I was about to like take my ass a plane to Indianapolis. Like I was about to go to Bankers Life Fieldhouse. I was like, what the fuck are they doing? I was pretty still for the Wizards to do that. No, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. Why give us two second round picks to get a guy you could have gotten for free? You know, like we clearly were gonna fucking take him. Pacers, we've been doing a lot of moving. Yeah, we have. And I think something bigger is in the works. That's just my opinion. Like this move makes zero sense for Washington. They just gave us 2 free second round picks because fuck it. I like it, but I like the idea we got 2 free second round picks. Maybe that's why we traded 29 and 32. Maybe this deal was already in the works. I'm wondering if we're gonna move up in the draft. Like I'm wondering if we're gonna take 26 and move up. Like that's my only thinking here for giving us 2 extra second round picks. All right. There's our guy. Oh, I was terrified. I was terrified. Did they just get like 5 second rounders for a Beal, but still that was pointless? Yeah, they did. They got like 3 or 4 of them, and I'm pretty sure we just got like 2 of those. I was like, 17th maybe? Honestly, I'm with it. If they're gonna move up in the draft, Leonard Miller, hopefully, maybe that's a possibility. Draymond with better offense, I agree. I like that take. I'm just hoping this means Miles will get to defend centers. Like I'm hoping Jarris Walker is good enough on defense so that like Miles can play defense. But Miles needs to put some weight on. He needs to stop getting fucking ragdolled by Joel Embiid and Jokic and all these guys. Like he needs to put up a fight. Maybe Hendrick falls and they know it. Imagine snagging both. That would be fucking wild. That's a possibility though. Maybe we fuck around and trade with Utah. Jarris Walker to the Pacers. Wizards draft Houston standout 8th overall. Will reportedly trade him to Indiana. This has not gone the way I had anticipated. I just want you all to know that. Like, I did not expect that shit. I couldn't have never in a million years where I thought we would have selected Bilal Coulibaly and then traded him to the Wizards for Jarris Walker and 2 second round picks. Maybe 100. I hope we can keep Buddy. I'll be happy with this offseason. Did Whitmore get taken yet? No, Whitmore did not get taken yet. Which makes me think Utah might take Whitmore. Because, like, I'm not sure why Cam Whitmore is falling. Like, if I'm the Wizards, like, I would have taken Cam Whitmore. Maybe we're going to move all these picks and Miles for Ayton. Maybe that's a possibility. Maybe we're freeing up cap space. You know, freeing up cap space to take on that Ayton contract. This makes our offseason very interesting. I will say that. Like this whole draft just became very fucking interesting if you're a Pacers fan. Because we could move up, we can move back. Leonard Miller's a real possibility now. My friend said Whitmore had bad X-rays on his ankle or feet. I don't know how true that is. Maybe this draft is pretty. It is fucking crazy. I'm not gonna lie. This shit is wild. That was the last thing I expected as a Pacers fan. I was like, please don't tell me we just fucked this whole draft up and took a dude out of France that like we didn't even work out. I was like, something's got to be in the works. Yeah, Utah Jazz, the pick is in. They took Taylor Hendricks. Yep, Utah's taking Taylor Hendricks. They took my boy. Taylor Hendricks is gonna be so fucking good, man. Taylor Hendricks is gonna be so good. I'm a little salty we didn't get him, but like I understand why we took Jarris Walker. I thought for sure. No, they Shams reported it. They're taking Taylor Hendricks. They need a starting point guard and 3-point shooting, but I'm just curious. I want to see what Twitter's saying. Hold on, 94. Yeah, whatever. Skip for now. Skip for now. Sports, gaming, music. Sure, sure. Hold on. Cam Whitmore. I kind of want to find out why dude is falling. If Indiana takes Hendricks here, as has been expected, it's Cam Whitmore time in DC. Let's see. Any verified accounts? Did anybody say anything? I might want Gordon Hayward type of player again. I mean, Whitmore kind of is, or Hendricks kind of is that to some extent. Maybe not shot creation wise, but as far as like a three-point shooter, 3 and D guy. The Hawks trade for number 10 for Cam Whitmore. Oh, the Hawks are a team that should really move up for Cam Whitmore. Like, if there's any team that should, Cam Whitmore was a guaranteed top 10 pick, man. He must have had horrendous workouts. Yo, the Mavericks are gonna get Cam Whitmore. Like, I'm pretty positive the Mavericks are gonna take him. Uh, how far will Cam Whitmore fall? Yeah, like nobody knows why he's falling. All right, here goes Taylor Hendricks, my dream player. Pacers aren't done. They've been doing too much. I kind of agree with that. I think they're gonna trade the 26th pick. I'm super happy. I thought for sure Jarris was going. I did too originally in my first mock draft, but then I was like, I'm like, a lot of teams seem to be interested in other guys. Unless we're gonna like cop a trade with Utah. Like, why do I feel like we drafted Jarris Walker just to trade him to Utah for Hendricks? Like that's what the two second round picks were for. He is a phenomenal pick. He's probably going to be one of the better players in this draft. I wonder if those two future seconds. I feel like those two future seconds are going to be used to move up in this draft. Like that's why KP got him. I'll guarantee you, KP is on the phone right now trying to trade up from 26. I feel like that's what he's really trying to do. 3 and D floors don't grow on trees. No, they don't. No, they don't. Especially not at the ability that he plays fucking defense at. He's a great transition player too. Like I think Taylor Hendricks is gonna be the guy that we look back on this draft and go like, why the fuck didn't we take him? Like he's the one. I think he has the ability to be like not the best player in this draft, but like the second or third best player in this draft. Like that's how good I think Taylor Hendricks is gonna be. That's like a bold claim, but I think Dallas takes Cam Whitmore. I'm not gonna spoil it if I know, but you guys think they take Whitmore? Duarte or even Nemhard can play be being played definitely. Yeah, that's true. I think Duarte more so than Nemhard. I feel like the front office fucking loves Nemhard. Okay. So the 10th pick is getting traded. OKC is getting a point. Like I don't want to spoil it, but the 10th pick is getting traded. Mavs are trading the 10th pick. Mavs are making moves. And Davis Bertans, by the way. Davis Bertans is getting traded to OKC right now. They just freed up a shit ton of cap space. Like the Mavs just freed up a shit ton of cap space by trading Bertans to OKC. His contract sucked ass. They could be taking Lively. That's a very good assumption. I already know who they're taking, by the way. Like, it's not who you think. Good player though. Like OKC's getting a damn good player. This makes me wonder what's happening with like some of the guys they got on their roster. This does free up a lot of cap space for them though. That's true. It does allow them to re-sign Kyrie Irving. Yo, is Orlando really gonna come out of this draft with like Anthony Black and fucking Cam Whitmore? Like that would be pretty wild, wouldn't it? They're really gonna come out of this. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, wait a minute, the Indiana Pacers are trading. Yeah, it is a solid move. It's smart because Bertans' contract is horrible. Case and Wallace. So OKC got Case and Wallace, who's a great point guard. Yes, they have to take on Davis Bertans' shitty contract, but this also allows the Mavericks to re-sign Kyrie Irving and draft Derek Lively, which I agree with what Dominique said. I think they're going to take Lively. We get the Suns 2028 second and Washington 2028 second in that deal. Okay. Those aren't bad. Washington second is going to be high in 2028. And the Suns 2028 deal is post Kevin Durant and post Bradley Beal. So that might not even be a bad second round pick right there. That's post that Suns 2028 second round pick is post Bradley Beal and post Kevin Durant. Those are actually two really good second round picks. I wonder if New Orleans keeps their pick. Maybe. They need I think like backup center help though. They're a team that could use Derek Lively, but I don't think they're gonna get him. Or point guard play like Case and Wallace would have been nice for them. Nick Smith Jr. is a possibility. Case and Wallace is also a really good defender too. That part of his game feels like really, really overlooked, but like he's a damn good defender. I hate that the draft starts so late, like 8 o'clock. We're an hour in and we're on the 11th pick. I really, really wonder what we're doing with that 26th pick. It's a very real possibility. Kobe Buffkin's a guy that could go. I thought OKC was gonna take Jet Howard though. I really did. Jet Howard is a guy that I'm like they could do something with. Orlando's gonna take Grady Dick, I think, or Cam Whitmore. If they, I don't know. If they pass on Cam Whitmore, that means like like something's he either had shitty workouts or like shitty interviews. I don't know. Or wow, that's a great pick for Orlando. Actually, they got their wing scoring, but it ain't Cam Whitmore. I like this pick. I'm gonna call it like 6'8". Yeah, guard, but he's got a full bag. I will say that the guy that Orlando's taking, full bag. The pick's already in. Okay, Grady Dick is falling, and so is Cam Whitmore. Makes you wonder a little bit though, like what happened with Cam Whitmore that like teams everyone's passing on him. Like it almost makes me think OKC's gonna take him now because like they can afford to have him injured. I don't know. We'll see. This is very, very interesting. Oh wait. Oh, okay. That's a great pick. Jet Howard. Dude, Jet Howard has a full bag. That dude's gonna be a great fucking NBA player. I'm shocked they didn't take Grady Dick though. I will say that. I am shocked they didn't take Grady Dick or Cam Whitmore. Like that's pretty astonishing. Jet Howard's very good though. Jet Howard's like he can create off the dribble. He's 6'8". He can shoot threes. They needed wing scoring and they got it. New Orleans might keep their pick. I don't know. It's a possibility, but Jet Howard's like one of the most underrated players in this draft. It's good that till like it's good till Legacy Media was dead as wrong in this draft. Wait, it's good to Legacy Media was dead as wrong in this draft. I don't understand that. It's good till Legacy Media was dead as wrong in this draft. When isn't Legacy Media wrong anymore? Yeah, that's true. Oh, you're saying how they're wrong? Yeah, they're always wrong. Like these guys, don't get me wrong, like they're plugged in, but they're not as plugged in as they think they are. Because like there's certain things that teams are just not gonna tell the media. You know what I'm saying? Like Detroit would probably tell them like, yeah, we're taking Cam Whitmore just to make everyone else think they're taking Cam Whitmore when they're really not, you know? And that's a very real thing that happens. They hire galaxy brains such as Kendrick Perkins and Max Kellerman. Yeah. Dude, Max, I remember when Max was on First Take, that dude's takes were fucking horrible. I remember he said like his NBA finals, like final shot, like he wanted fucking Kendrick, what is it, Andre Iguodala over what is it, Kevin Durant. He's always said like incredibly wild shit for no reason. Hey, Dominique was right. Hmm. I'm looking for something. I can't find it. Hmm. I'm like a little wondering. I'm wondering why like the stream is so fucking laggy. It wasn't laggy like 5 10 minutes ago. So OKC's taking Derek Lively, but they're taking Derek Lively for Dallas. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Well, Dallas is getting the center they so desperately needed, so that's good. Keep dropping the ball, man. The connection is fried. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but somebody I don't know. Somebody in my house is either live streaming something or I don't fucking know. I get like 300 down and like I think 20 megabits up. So the Mavericks getting Derek Lively though. They needed a center. They not only traded Davis Bertans, but they got the center they needed as well. Excuse me, but so I think that's a huge win. They got a center and they were able to re-sign Kyrie Irving. Like that's what they got out of the draft. Jordan Hawkins, Derek Lively. Jordan Hawkins is a guy that might go somewhere. I'm very curious to know who Toronto is gonna take now. Because I thought for sure they were gonna take Casey Wallace, and now that's off the board. Hmm. I don't know. We'll have to see. Just my connection, my bad. Yeah, Dallas did very well for themselves. They did. Like they needed to make it a priority to re-sign Kyrie, and they just came up with the money for it in the draft by trading Bertans to OKC. His contract was shit anyway. Like I understand. I think it was the Wizards who gave him that contract, or something. Yeah, I think the Wizards gave him that contract because he had a 1 year where he shot like 42% from three. He was supposed to be like their stretch big man, and it just like never came to fruition. Uh, I don't want to watch the entire first round, but like I am like anxious to see what happens here with like the 26th pick. Like are they going to trade it, or are they actually going to like, you know, select somebody there? That's what I'm curious about. Hmm. Cam Whitmore fall. I did anybody have Cam Whitmore falling out of the lottery? Because I didn't. I thought Cam Whitmore was going to be a top five pick. Either he interviewed fucking horribly, or there's an injury or something that like nobody wants to touch him. Derek Lively can shoot threes too, which is great for Luca. He still didn't get picked up. Maybe my friend had the scoop about those X-rays, but still, it's a possibility, man. Like bad X-rays, if that's true, will deter people from drafting a player. Like if his ankle's not fully healed or something, like that'll do it. There's something went around the NBA though. Like if all these teams are passing on him, the league knows about something. But like you have to like take it with a grain of salt, I would seem, right? But like if everybody knows about it, who's Toronto taking though? That's what I wanna know. Who the fuck is Toronto taking? I'm very curious. Uh, Dominique was right. Yep, lively to the Mavs. Then why would he get so many workouts with lottery teams? It's a conspiracy. Yeah, unless somebody bullshitted everybody in order to get him like late in the draft. Unless like Cam Whitmore, like the other thing could be that he just interviewed really shitty. Like they like nobody likes Cam Whitmore's personality or something like that. Like that's a possibility. Cam going to New Orleans, maybe. I don't know. Like I didn't think he would fall this deep, to be honest. I'm shocked he fell this far because Cam Whitmore is a baller, man. Cam Whitmore can put the ball in the fucking hole. Should we trade up and get him? I don't know. Like, there's a reason teams are passing on him. I think Toronto maybe takes him. Like, like if like let me ask, right? If Toronto takes Cam Whitmore, will they trade us OG Anunoby? Because if they take Cam Whitmore, I like our shots at OG Anunoby. Like that would be like the greatest finesse of all time if Cam Whitmore's ankle's not perfect. Like maybe instead of 3 first round picks, they start asking for 2. Colby Jones out of Xavier is pretty good too. Michael Porter Jr. all over again, although not likely. Yeah. Like Michael Porter Jr. though, like he had back issues, but like everybody who watched him in high school knew like he could do a little bit of everything, right? But like Cam Whitmore, like we watched him in college, we know he's good, but ankle injuries are risky, man. Like if it really is an ankle injury, like foot injuries ruin players faster than anything. Like forget back injuries, all this shit, even ACLs, man. Like if you have bad ankles, like there's a reason Steph Curry wore fucking ankle weights for like half his career. And now he wears braces, you know? He wears like ankle braces now. Is Cam going to drop out of the lottery? Possibility. It's a very real possibility. He suffered from not having Jay Wright as his coach. I don't know, man. I'm curious to know why he's fallen this far, and he's gonna tell somebody. Like once he's selected, I think they're gonna Shams and Woj are gonna put it out. Like they're gonna explain why. Shams, you didn't hit me with the 13th pick, dog. What's going on? All right, so I don't know who the 13th pick is. Shams didn't tweet it. This one's actually a surprise. I think Fred VanVleet is gone. I feel like they take Jalen Hood Schifino here. Is that a wild assumption? Because like they need a point guard if Fred VanVleet is gone out of Indy. I feel like that's a realistic pick. Some type of insurance policy here. What does Shams say? Shams didn't put it out. Jalen Schifino. Grady Dick. Wow. Okay. Oh, Cam might actually fall out of the lottery. That's wild. I will say this: Grady Dick got that wild ass red suit on. So like, he's a good defender. He can shoot. So I swear, man, people with blonde hair don't look like they fucking age, do they? His mom looks like she could pass for like 30. Most likely going to trade 26. They can't take too many rookies. Yeah, Cam doesn't fit. Yeah, wait, Cam doesn't make it past the Heat if they're Miami better. Oh, if he's there, Miami better take him. Yeah, Cam doesn't make it past the Heat. If he's there, Miami better take him. He's good. I will say that. Like someone's gonna take him. I don't know who, but someone's gonna be like, this is too good to be true. Grady Dick's a good pickup though for Toronto. He had some shooting. They need shooting. He's a good defender. Heat need more scoring. Yeah, they they do. They definitely do. Dominique's onto something. Dominique's an insider. He knows things. He knows things that ESPN doesn't. Called the lively pick. All right, Shams like stopped tweeting. Oh, now he tweeted it out. Never mind. Yeah, you do. I will say that you definitely do. I'm a little shocked they took Grady Dick though. I thought for sure they were gonna take a point guard because like Fred VanVleet seems like he's not going back. And so, neither is Gary Trent. So maybe he's their replacement for Gary Trent. But unless they're really confident that they can bring back Fred VanVleet and they're just gonna pull out the bag for him. Grady Dick is a great replacement though for Gary Trent Jr. because Gary Trent Jr.'s got a player option that I think he declined. So Fred going back, yeah, I could see that if they pay him enough, yeah. Well, we know one thing for sure: Fred VanVleet's not going to fucking Phoenix anymore. After all those rumors are dead now, they traded for Bradley Beal. Hmm. The Mavericks are active in the trade marketplace to use their new $17 million exception to acquire a player for a current or future pick, sources said. That's 10 seconds ago out of Shams. So the Mavericks are looking to make another move. So they're trying to get a the Mavericks are trying to use their $17 million exception to acquire a player for a current or future pick. Uh, Interesting. So now that they drafted their guy, they're looking to make some more moves. I'm still shocked that Orlando took Anthony Black. That was not where I had him going. What do we got, Chums? What's New Orleans doing? Good pick. New Orleans got a good pick. Arguably the best shooter in the draft. But they didn't take Cam Whitmore. We're getting to a point now in the draft where like a lot of guys are like steals. Like they're not major steals, but they're slight steals, you know. They need a traditional point guard and a rim protector, and they didn't take any of that. They got themselves a shooter. Even Nick Smith Jr. at this point in the draft is like an arguable pick now. Hmm. Hmm. I think Atlanta gets Cam Whitmore. I think Atlanta gets. Uh-oh. Oh, this is the trade that happened earlier. Here we go. Jordan Hawkins, arguably the best shooter in the draft. And that's I mean, to be fair, the Pelicans need some shooting, so I like the pick. I'm fine with it. I'm getting tired. We're getting to bedtime status, guys. I just want to see who Indiana takes at 26. Once the 26th pick is made, I'm good. I'm good to go. Costs hanging in there, saying I just want to know what Indiana's up to. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, at this point, I feel like a lot of these guys are like going where they should. You know, like Jordan Hawkins is a guy that I thought would maybe go like a little higher. Like he's a guy that I thought Orlando was gonna take. I just don't really know what like I don't know. I don't understand Orlando's draft. George is going to go soon. Oh, Keontae George? Yeah, he's good. Any word on Cam? No, like even the analysts don't know why he's falling. Like they said if there's anybody who's going to fall in the draft, it could be him, but not this far. Like at some point you just gotta take him because he's the best player available. I will say this, Jordan Hawkins is a great off ball player. Like I don't want to get crazy and say like Ray Allen level, but like the guy's lethal. Cam going to the Heat, it's a very real possibility. At this point, I don't know where he's going. To be honest with you, I don't know where Cam Whitmore is going. I think the Lakers could even take him. Like the Lakers are always looking for wings, and they need defense. Maybe Utah takes him. The Lakers need all the help they can fucking get, even if his ankle's fucked up. Like, what did Atlanta take? If I'm Atlanta, it's like I can't let the Lakers have him. Yeah, he's not. Atlanta's taking Kobe Buffkin. Holy fuck. What is up with Cam Whitmore? Why is nobody taking him? That's wild to me, man. Also, like Jalen Hood Shafino is not a guy I expected to fall this deep either. Like Jalen Hood Shafino is a guy. Lakers might go Murray though. I could see. Yeah, Chris Murray is really good too. Something's up with Cam Whitmore. It was those gaudy earrings Cam was wearing to workouts. That's what it is. I don't know, man. Something about Cam Whitmore just like rubbed a lot of executives the wrong way. The Lakers could go Nick Smith, and that would be a good pick. Be a great pick. That would be almost like steal of the draft pick. Kobe Buffkin's very good. I will say that Kobe Buffkin's gonna be a good player. Bro, I've never seen a guy projected to go top 5 and like fall completely out of the fucking lottery. I have never seen that. I've never in my life seen that. The Lakers the Lakers are gonna have somebody. They're gonna either have Cam Whitmore or Jalen Hood-Schifino or somebody. Cam pissed dirty or something. He might have. Bro, I wanna keep watching because of Cam. Yeah, like, I'm interested now to see where he goes. Like, Kobe Buffkin's very good. Like, why are so many people passing on him? The Pistons grabbing a Sar Thompson's a underrated pick, I think. That's what guides this one. I Chris Middleton. You know what? A lot of Pacers fans don't want Chris Middleton, and I understand why. But like, dude's a hell of a shooter. Who's Utah selecting here? I feel like if anyone's gonna take Cam Whitmore, it's gonna be Utah. No, they're not. No, they're not. Dominique was right again, though. The Utah Jazz are taking Keontae George. Good draft for Utah. Good fucking draft. Great draft for them. 2023 should be named "What the hell happened to Cam Whitmore?" Yeah, exactly. Utah got Keontae George and Taylor Hendricks. What a fucking draft. So who are the Lakers taking? Lakers got to take Cam Whitmore, right? Right? Like this has got uh this has got the Lakers written all over it, I would think. Rob Pelinka's got to do what LeBron wants, right? He's got to take Cam Whitmore or Jalen Hood Schifino or somebody. This is a what like Utah had like one of the best drafts. Like they filled all of their needs. Utah got their four, and they got Keontae George, who just I think is gonna be really good. Watch them not. They probably won't. Like if the Lakers pass on Cam Whitmore, something's terribly fucking wrong. Like I'm just gonna say that. If the Lakers pass on Cam Whitmore, something's really fucking wrong. What a burger. The W stands for Wemby now. Chris Murray. The Lakers got a lot of options, man. They have a lot of options. Like GG Jackson is still on the board too. Like the Lakers could fuck around and get GG Jackson. This draft is so deep it's actually kind of insane. Hmm. I feel like the Lakers like take Nick Smith Jr. or Cam Whitmore. And I feel like it's gonna be Nick Smith Jr. or GG Jackson. GG Jackson's gonna be pretty good. Hmm. God, I'm fucking tired. We're getting into the bedtime stratosphere here. We're approaching 10 o'clock or 9:49 on the East Coast. I'm shocked that Utah didn't take Jalen Hood. Like he's another guy that I expected to not fall this far. I'm glad Victor Wembanyama at least knows what he needs to do better. This whole I just want you guys to know, like this whole next week is gonna be like fucking wild with trades, I think. Or at least like the Damian Lillard shit's gonna be crazy. I feel like Damian Lillard's like, okay, they took Scoot Henderson. I'm ready to leave. What if like Cam Whitmore just like falls out of the first round entirely? Like is that a possibility? Is that even a possibility that he just falls out of the first round entirely and ends up in the second round? Right now it's pick 16. Keontae George. Hmm. Dude is a leaper if he falls out of the first round. Yeah, that's true. Or a leper. If he falls out of the first round, man, his that means like his fundamentals are a fucking mess, or he's got a very, very serious injury that like is not being disclosed to the public. I didn't think I'd see Cam Whitmore fall to like the fucking early 20s almost. Like I didn't expect him to fall out of the lottery, never mind be like the 20th or 23rd pick. Not gonna lie, I feel bad for Cam, but I do love this meme. Yeah, true. I wonder if he like fucked something up. Like what did he fuck up to fall this low? Or is he just not as good as we thought? Like did he just play weak competition in college or something? Like Villanova doesn't usually produce scrubs. Just saying, like Jalen Brunson went to Villanova. Josh Hart went to Villanova. Uh, taking taking Cam Whitmore here at 17 is a very Lakers move. Like it's a very LeBron James move. Oh man, come on! Can we get to 26? I'm just worried about 26. I don't care about the rest of this. If Cam Whitmore falls beyond the Lakers in Miami, I don't know. Like I don't got any answers. Maybe Golden State takes him and then we can trade for Andrew Wiggins or something. I don't fucking know. Well, the Lakers need a ball handler and 3-point shooting. Nick Smith Jr. Maybe GG Jackson. I don't know. I don't know who they're gonna take. No, Nick Smith Jr. did not go yet. That's why I think the Lakers will probably take him. They need a ball handler and somebody that can shoot threes. And to be honest, like Nick Smith Jr., had he not gotten injured, would have been like probably a top 10 pick. Nick Smith Jr. was like fucking phenomenal until he got injured. It was a guy people had going in like the top 5 in some mock drafts. The pick is not in yet. Huh. I don't know. I really don't know who the Lakers are gonna take. 26 seconds. They haven't decided yet. Uh-oh. The pick's not in yet. Who you want at 26? I want the kid out of Santa Clara. Brandon Podensky or whatever the fuck his name is, the shooter. The dude who shot like 40% from the field and like 40, like he shot like high 40s from the field and like low 40s from three. Brandon Podensky out of Santa Clara or Leonard Miller or somebody. I just want somebody. Leonard Miller is also a very real possibility for the Pacers. Let's see. We're in a commercial break. Lakers finally took their point guard, but it's not Nick Smith Jr. They actually got a pretty good player. I can't believe the Lakers passed on Nick Smith Jr. and Cam Whitmore. A really good point guard though. We'll say that. The Lakers really needed a point guard anyway. So, and I think they realize like now that Bertans has been traded, they might not get Kyrie. So this pick makes sense for the Lakers. It's a good pick. He's a guy who fell a little bit further than I thought he would. I thought he would be like go around the 14 range, but 17 is a good pick for the Lakers. I did too. I thought he was going to the Raptors also. Considering I don't know if Fred VanVleet's going back. It seems like he's not though. Like Fred VanVleet seems like he's had enough. Good defender. Yeah, if Miami passes on Cam Whitmore, oh no. If Miami passes on Cam Whitmore, like he's got injury concerns. Or he's got a fucking attitude problem. I don't know. I mean, like, okay, it's one thing for a player to fall, but for a player to fall like completely out of the lottery who was supposed to be like a top 5 pick, that's pretty wild. Jalen Hood-Schifino is going to be a very good distributor for the Lakers. This means they can let LeBron score instead of play point. Hmm. All right, let's see if Miami takes Whitmore. If Miami doesn't take Whitmore, Houston fucking better. 'Cause I don't think Golden State's gonna take him. Like Golden State just traded Jordan Poole, so Cool. I feel like the Warriors would take a guy like GG Jackson. All right, here we go. Here we go. Hold on. Yep. Cam Whitmore didn't work out well and had really bad interviews. That's why he's falling. Trace Jackson Davis at 26. I don't know much about Trace Jackson Davis. I haven't really looked into him. I'll have to look him up. So yeah, Cam Whitmore just had horrible fucking workouts and didn't interview well with teams. So Cam Whitmore's got Houston written all over him, right? Didn't interview well, didn't work out well. Like if I were Houston, I'd be fucking retarded not to take Cam Whitmore at 20. You got Amen Thompson or Amin Thompson, and you get a chance to get Cam Whitmore at 20. I think if you're Houston, you're on crack not to take him. Well, Miami didn't take him. Miami didn't take him either. Cam Whitmore specifically, his one-on-one workouts with teams were not good. Kid cost himself a ton of money. Yes, he did. He absolutely did. Jamie Jaquez Jr. is who Miami selected from UCLA, if I'm correct. They must really like him because he's not even in Jay Billis's top 10. Jaime Jaquez Jr. I fucking butchered the fuck out of that name. What's going on? Or he tanked his? Yes, he did. They just said that he worked his one-on-one workouts were bad, and he interviewed very poorly with a lot of teams, like all the lottery teams. He is a baller. He's very good. If Cam makes it to 20, they gotta take it. Yeah. If I'm Houston, man, with the fucking cluster fuck that is your team, you can afford to take him. You can, other teams maybe not, but If you're Houston, yeah, Golden State's not taking him. Golden State is too professional to take a shot on a guy that interviews like shit and didn't work out well. Pac-12 Player of the Year. I do know he's very good. I will say that. And Miami's sneaky, man. Like they tend to go after guys that are like underrated. Yeah, he scored 18 points per game, shot 48% from the field on 8.2 rebounds a game. Like those are solid numbers, man. Jaime Jaquez Jr. 6'7" and a quarter. He's scrappy too. I'm a UCLA fan, so I like this pick for the. It's good. Pacers should have traded up for Jaquez. Fire Kevin. No, I don't think so. I think we're gonna get somebody really good at 26. I like the kid out of Santa Clara for us. Brandon Pudinsky or whatever. Jimmy kind of plays like a poor man's Jimmy Butler. He is. He does play like a poor man's Jimmy Butler. No, Gigi is still there. Gigi Jackson is still there. Nick Smith Jr. is still there. Cam Whitmore is still there. Brandon Podziemski. That's the guy I want. On Jay Billis is top 10, number 10. Chris Murray, yes, Chris Murray is a guy I'd be happy with too. He's very good. Trade up for Murray. I don't know. Murray might fall to us. So, hmm. What if Chris is better than Keegan? I don't know. Maybe. Keegan's rookie year was a little underwhelming, so it's a possibility. I hope he's better than his brother if we draft him. I'm just glad we got like Jarris Walker. I really wanted Taylor Hendricks, but it's gonna be what it's gonna be, man. I actually didn't even think we were gonna get Jarris Walker for like the first like as soon as the lottery was came out or like they did the draft lottery and stuff. Nick Smith to the Warriors to replace Jordan Poole. Maybe. Golden State got our fucking guy, Brandon Podziemski. Fuck. I knew they were gonna find Jordan Poole's replacement. They took Brandon Podziemski. Fuck. The dude's a fucking sniper. I really wanted the Pacers to get him. Oh boy, if somehow Pacers get GG, I'm stupid hype. Yeah, it could. It's a possibility. Brandon Podziemski can shoot the fucking lights out, man. Suck Levy. I think we should move up right now to get Cam. Who is GG Jackson out of South Carolina? He's really good. He's a forward. Gregory Jackson, number 7, is GG Jackson. No problem. I can't believe they got Brandon Podziemski. Fuck, I really wanted him, man. Podziemski is a fucking sniper. Like, they not only got Chris Paul, but now they got their Jordan Poole replacement. If the Pacers get Cam Whitmore, I'd be shocked. Yeah, but Cam Whitmore can play the three. I mean, he's 6'7". The question is though, like, how much do we care about his interview and his one-on-one workout? Because I think Houston's gonna take him. Like Houston is like the fucking mecca of just making stupid fucking moves. So like, I kind of think Houston's gonna take him if he can play. I don't. Yeah, exactly. Yes, they are. Houston is definitely in love with big names. Honestly, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't care. Take because like I think it's fucked up in a way that teams base a player on one-on-one workouts. Like because that's not a team setting. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a good one-on-one basketball player, right? As a player. But like if you put me on a team with five other people, I'll be probably one of the better players on the floor. So like Harrison Whitmore would be pretty fucking insane. I have to agree. Because I think Whitmore in the right situation, like he's not gonna be the leader of the locker room. That's obviously gonna be Miles and Tyrese, and he's gonna get humbled very quickly if he didn't interview well and stuff. I don't know. Houston got him. Houston took Cam Whitmore. I told you they're the king of fuck ups. They love big names. You're right. You are absolutely right, Brian. Houston loves big names. Is Walker a bigger dog than Matherin? I don't know. I think Matherin's kind of like another level crazy with workouts. But Walker next to Matherin's going to be very good. I will say that. And what's cool about Jarris is like you can play him at the 3 and the 4. I knew Houston was going to take Cam Whitmore. I knew they were because they love fucking stupid shit like this. He is a baby Draymond Green. Hmm. Maybe we do get Gigi Jackson. By year 3, Walker will be a bully like D West. I hope so, man. We need a player like David West. David West was the like ideal power forward for our runs, man. We need a player like that. I would say just bring in fucking Draymond Green, but he's gonna want like an insane amount of money just to come here and do that. And we're not a championship team yet. Houston's taking Cam Whitmore. You know what? I hope this works out for Houston. I kind of do. Like they have Ime Udoka. They got Amin Thompson or whatever. Whitmore, I think Whitmore can ball. I think we all know that, right? Like he can play. Who gives a fuck if his one-on-one workouts were bad or he interviewed bad? Like he has no business being there at 20. No, he doesn't. He has no business being there at 20. I thought it was like injury. Like I thought he had an injury he didn't tell teams about. But we could get Leonard Miller though, guys. Leonard Miller, G. Jackson. Those are the guys that are on our radar now. Leonard Miller did work out for the Pacers though too. So I think so did G. Jackson. Chris Murray worked out. Um, Leonard Miller. I'm kind of surprised Bryce Sensabaugh is still up there. Him and Jalen Green on the wings, that's some firepower, yeah. If Jalen Green can learn to shoot decently from the field, yeah. He actually had a worse second year than he did rookie year. Like Jalen Green's been digressing, not progressing. Or regressing. I'm going to help that out. Yeah, could. I'm gonna be honest, like you get Jalen Green out there on the perimeter and Cam Whitmore, like Cam Whitmore is probably gonna be the steal of the draft. Like I'm just gonna call it now. Like how often do you get a guy with top 5 potential at fucking 20? You know what I'm saying? Like, we saw what he did at Villanova. We know he can play. It kills me how like one workout is enough to turn teams off of somebody. Like I can understand if like you have a better prospect, right? You have somebody that you know is better than him. But like, I don't know, we've seen it before though. We've seen college players that were really good go to the NBA and play like fucking shit. So I don't know. What do I know? But I think Cam Whitmore has definitely got a great chance to be the steal of the draft though right now. Oh, Brooklyn has 21 and 22. I forgot that. Yeah, he is. I think he's definitely the best value pick. Bro, he's not even happy to be drafted. He's just pissed he didn't go sooner. He looks fucking miserable. What's up, John? Yeah, it is the Cam Chronicles. This whole draft has been the Cam Chronicles. Goes in the top 10 if Jerry Wright was his coach. I don't know, maybe. We'll never know. It wasn't his coach though. Like it was his one-on-one workouts and his interviewing that made him go so low. When it comes to sports, man, like I don't give a fuck if a motherfucker can't read a book. Okay, like if you can play ball, like you can play ball. I will say this though, if you can't read a book, like it looks pretty bad, but I kind of think the Pacers are gonna get themselves a Leonard Miller, maybe. What's cool about Houston too is like they're like in a rebuild state, so they can afford to take a swing on Cam Whitmore. Even if he doesn't pan out, like it's not the end of the world for them. They got a guy with arguably top 5 talent at the fucking 20th pick, you know? At some point you just have to take the best player available. So, mm, mm. Rebounding and three-point shooting, huh? The 21st pick is on the clock. Bro, Cam Whitmore looked fucking miserable. You can tell he thought like he was gonna go a lot higher. I can't blame him. Like I'd be a little like, you know, besides myself too. I mean, but like he worked out shitty, so he had to like figure that played into it. I'll tell you who people sleeping on Maxwell Lewis. He reminds me of Paul. Maybe. I don't care if he murdered his entire family as long as he can play. I want him on the Pacers. True. 21. George. Maxwell Lewis. We don't care, but the NBA cares. Portland's got the 23rd pick. Why do I feel like Portland's gonna take Leonard? I feel like we're gonna get fucked in like the last couple picks here. City Sissoko is still on the board too. I want the big name, please, please be Murray. Brooklyn selecting Noah Clowney. He's a good player. At 21. Hmm. Brooklyn's taking players for the same trade. Yeah. I feel like Brooklyn's taking players for a Damian Lillard trade. Yeah, okay, yeah. Noah Clowney'd be a nice addition for Portland. It's crazy how the picks are Brooklyn, Brooklyn, Portland. Portland could get a lot of young guys for Damian Lillard plus picks. They could turn themselves into OKC overnight. I'm shocked Bryce Sensabaugh is still on the board. Like, what did Bryce Sensabaugh do that nobody wants? Where's Trace Jackson Davis? I have no idea. Draft isn't ending until 1 a.m. at the earliest. Yeah. I'm not staying up for all of it, man. I'm staying up until the 26th pick. I'm staying up until the Pacers select their guy at 26. It should be a two-night event. Yeah, like I'm usually in bed by 10:30. It's about to be 10:30 on the East Coast. But I really want to see who Indiana takes at 26. Um, oh. Yeah, I'd be happy with Gigi Jackson. I don't follow college hoop. Is this Jarris Walker the right deal? Yes, Jarris Walker is a very good player. We need a defense, Joshua. We got defense. He Jarris Walker is like Paul Millsap. That's like the comparison he drew. I really wanted Taylor Hendricks because if anybody's going to be Paul George, I think it's going to be Taylor Hendricks. But I'm cool with Jarris Walker. Like I understand the pick. Uh, I think Buddy and Miles get moved. It depends on what for though. Like yeah, we Miles and Buddy. Miles will probably get moved for DeAndre Ayton in the event that we make a run at Ayton. Buddy could get traded for like anything. Buddy's one of the best 3-point shooters in the league. He does. I really wanted Hendricks though. I think Hendricks was just to me like could end up being the better offensive player and a solid defensive player. I just think Hendricks had more upside. It was either Taylor or Jarris. Yeah, I agree. Like we all knew it was going to be one of those two. Why hasn't Whitmore been there? He just got drafted at 20. He had bad one-on-one workouts and didn't interview well with any of the lottery teams. Walker will start over Naismith by the end of season. Correct or incorrect? That's I don't know. Naismith is very good. I think they're gonna start Naismith at the start of the season. Walker will come off the bench. I don't know. Maybe it depends on how well Walker plays defense on NBA level talent. Yeah, I mean, like I know, yeah, Naismith isn't a power forward, but Naismith is still a damn good defender. I think Naismith is like one of the better trade players we've gotten in a while. You still don't have a power forward. Yeah, I know. It depends on who we sign in free agency too. Rick liked his rookies off the bench, so incorrect. Yeah, I have to agree with Justin. Carlisle's usually doesn't play rookies as starters. Like, even though we all knew last year, like, Ben Mathurin should have been starting, like, early on, like, they brought him off the bench anyway. Yeah, it does. But, like, Mathurin's a guy that, like, I think, like, towards the end of the year, when, like, the season was decided, like, Mathurin had free reign to, like, do whatever in the last, like, 15 games of the season. That's kind of the reason I like tanking. Like, I know a lot of fans don't like tanking at all, but I like tanking for the idea that we get a draft pick and our young guys get to start. Like, we get to put them out there and, like, "Hey, go do whatever the fuck you want. Get better." You know? That's the reason I like it. Like, fuck summer league, fuck preseason. If your team like, that's part of the reason teams tank. Hard to see Walker off the bench since the 4th spot was a game of musical chairs last year. Yeah, that's true. It's very true. Unless Jalen Smith magically gets better. Nemhard is, gonna be the reason we trade TJ McConnell. I'm just gonna tell you guys that now. Like, we're keeping TJ McConnell for now, but Nemhard already proved in his rookie year that he's better than TJ McConnell. Playing Buddy at the 4 time. Yeah, for, like, spacing. Alright, who else did Brooklyn pick? Let's find out. They got Dariq Whitehead. Brooklyn's getting some good players, man. Dariq Whitehead, Noah Clowney. Fanboys love McConnell. Players lineup featured Turner and 4 guards, yeah. That's why, like, everybody wanted Hendricks or Walker because, like, at least, like, you know, uh, Miles can at least focus on the center position. Granted, yeah, he's still gonna have to rotate and pick guys up, but Miles needs to put on weight, man, and, like, actually work on his fucking game. That's the only reason I don't like Miles. Like, our fan base loves Miles Turner. I can't fucking stand him. I think he does nothing to improve his game in the offseason from Duke. How likely do you think the Wizards would try to sign Grant Williams? I doubt it. Now that we have, Jarris Walker, I doubt it. Whitehead is you're right, that didn't do him much favors. Miles is more worried about playing with his fucking Legos than improving as a basketball player, and that's what irritates me about him. Like, he's been on the team for what, 8 years now, 7 years, and he's still the same fucking 13s. Like, Miles is the one guy that our fan base loves who never improves significantly in any fucking area. He shoots threes, he blocks shots. Last year, yeah, he was a little more aggressive around the basket and dunking and stuff, but the only reason he was able to do that is because Tyrese Halliburton's our fucking point guard. Like, anytime you have Tyrese Halliburton as a point guard dishing out, like, 10 and 15 assist type games, yeah, you should have an uptick in scoring. But Miles doesn't work in the post. He doesn't even get in the fucking gym, it seems to put muscle on. Like, he doesn't work on rebounding. He doesn't box out. Like, that's my problem with Miles. He doesn't improve at all. and our fan base loves him because, oh, he wants to be an Indy. Yes, Miles Sofner. Miles is just one player that, like, I would just like us to move on for him just to see what the fucking center position's like without him. Miles would rather do do goat yoga than go to a weight room. Yeah, that's true. Page is looking to fleece a team with Miles with that sweetheart dollar amount on his deal. Yeah, I know. That's the problem though. Miles' trade value is also not like what fans think it is. Like a lot of Pacers fans think just because he blocks a lot of shots that he deserves to be in Defensive Player of the Year talks. That's not the way that award works at all. Yeah, I was just saying like he's never made an All-Star team either. Like fans love him, but they only love him because he wants to be in Indiana. And I have no problem with him wanting to be in Indiana, but like fan base like the Lakers, a special bunch are drinking that Miles Kool-Aid too. Yeah. Like I don't fully understand the obsession with Miles. I don't. Like don't get me wrong. I think he's like a top 15 center in the league. Like I think that's very easy to put him in. But I feel like Jalen Duren, a guy that got drafted last year, will be better than him in the next year or two. Hard to root for a guy that can't stay on the floor versus the best guys at his position. Yeah, that's true too. He does have health concerns. I will say this though, if a player plays like 65 games anymore in the NBA, that's like 82. So this was his contract year as the vet with Tyrese has the lead guard, and of course that's were inflated. Yep. The fucking Blazers got Chris Murray too. I feel like a Dame trade's coming, boys. Chris Murray's gone. There are Pacers fans, and there is a subset of Pacers fans that love Miles. It is a strange situation. It is. Who wouldn't want to play in Indianapolis? The local media are your biggest fans. Portland sniped Murray from Sacramento. Yeah, they did. They were like, "There's no way we're putting the Murray brothers on the same fucking team." Good 3 and D player though. Chris Murray, I think, is gonna be. He has the ability to be very good. Portland's stacking talent, man. If they trade Dame, they're gonna want Noah Clowney and Dariq Whitehead. James Najee is a guy also that they had the Pacers taking. Might be going out on a limb, but Portland is becoming so interesting with that young talent. The ceiling on Scoot and Sharp is ridiculous. Yeah, Portland had a good draft, man. I'm gonna call it what it is. They've had a pretty good draft. They got Scoot Henderson, and they just got Chris Murray. Put that next to Shaden Sharp and who's the other guy Walker they have. I can't think of what his name is. Like he's solid. Portland's definitely got better drafting. I will say that. Iowa should fire their basketball coach. How do you miss Sweet 16 with Murray's on your roster? I mean, to be fair, Chris Murray only became better because his brother was gone. Like Chris Murray didn't really get a chance until his brother got drafted. Sacramento already picked. Holy fuck, who did they take? Oliver Maxence Prosper at number 24, and they're trading him to Dallas. Chris Murray is the D'Angelo Ball to Lonzo Ball, man. Yeah, true. So the Sacramento Kings pick is getting traded to Dallas. I think Memphis takes Nick Smith Jr., especially with the John Morant shit. They have Marcus Smart. I like it. I kind of like it a lot, actually. And then who does Indiana get? Leonard Miller, GG Jackson. We're gonna get somebody. Maxwell Lewis. Oh, they traded Rashawn Holmes and the 24th pick to Dallas. Holy shit. I just like the baller went to UCLA. He was the reason TJ Leaf got drafted. Oh, D'Angelo. Oh, so D'Angelo Ball. You mean LiAngelo Ball? Yeah, TJ Leaf was a big letdown. I'm not gonna lie. I was actually kind of hype when we drafted TJ Leaf a little bit because I was like, okay, he's an okay college player, but he never panned out. He was lucky to see the floor most nights. Dude went to China and stole in a country you're not supposed to steal in, and almost didn't make it out. I like this. I'm gonna be honest, man. I like this. I like this draft for Dallas too. Bryce Sensabaugh is still on the fucking board. Why do I feel like the Pacers are gonna take Bryce Sensabaugh just for ha-has? Unless he had shitty workouts. Leonard Miller, Maxwell Lewis. Come on, come on, Memphis. Take Nick Smith Jr. Does Trace Jackson Davis go in the second round? Maybe. I don't know who Trace Jackson Davis is. I hear everybody talking about him though. Like I've looked up a lot of prospects. I haven't looked up him. I don't think the Pacers are gonna take him though. I think the Pacers are looking at like some type of wing player because we need wings. What are the odds Nick Smith Jr. goes to Memphis? What are the odds that the Grizzlies send a message to John Morant here? Get Nick Smith Jr. and send a message. You have Marcus Smart as your backup, right? Like, hey, John Morant, you're suspended, but just in case you want to fuck around, we're gonna draft your replacement. I'd be happy with Gigi Jackson. I messaged to say what? Yeah, Ja, we miss you. No, just the idea that like Nick Smith Jr. is a very good prospect, like a guy where if he didn't get injured, would have probably went in the top 10. Like, I don't know. I feel like Gigi or like Leonard Miller here. I'd be happy with Gigi or Leonard Miller, either or at 26. John Moran's a top 15 player, fake gangster or not. Yeah, he is. He is a top 15 player. But like Nick Smith Jr. has the ability to be very, very good. He's not going to be John Morant good, but it's just the idea, like just to make John Morant realize he needs to fall in line and put the fucking guns away. I wouldn't be shocked if we take James Najee either, or Najee or whatever, just to like maybe send a message to Miles, like we're gonna bring in somebody who actually isn't afraid to bang down low, even though we need wings, and that's not gonna happen. But oh wait, this pick is for Boston. Never mind. I forgot this pick just got traded today. So Memphis is drafting for Boston, technically. So Boston is getting Marcus Sasser here at 25. And they're trading it to Detroit for the number 31 pick. What if in a magical world we got Paul George back? I'd probably cry. Paul George would be ideal for our current situation, to be fair. Maybe. It could be. Jordan Norwa. Jordan Norwa was pretty good though. Like the Pacers originally wanted to draft him. They just didn't. The Bucks did. All right, come on. Let's do this. Get Indiana going. Marcus Sasser is a good player. I floated a crazy idea out too. PG would been a great for the Pacers. Likely the Clippers have had much better idealistic offers than what Indiana is willing to give up though. Plus, rumors are though the Clippers are they're gonna have to pay Paul George and Kawhi Leonard next summer, so they're gonna trade somebody, and I don't think it's gonna be Kawhi Leonard. Like at the trade deadline next year. PG would make our defense a lot better though. Miles, Jarris Walker, PG, Matherin, and Halliburton. We'd have like one of the better defending starting fives. From what I've seen, Kawhi and PG era is over. They've been taking calls on PG. Yeah, they have. I think it's over too. They have been fielding calls on Paul George. I would love for the Pacers to bring Paul George back. First person to call Halliburton after the trade was PG. Really? That's pretty crazy. Who are we taking? If I find out, I'm not saying anything. It's not in yet. I think I'll just wait. I think I'll wait on this one. It's the last pick I'm staying up for. So I don't give a fuck about Charlotte or Utah or any of these other picks. Tigers needs to win a playoff series in 2 years. Paul George was his favorite player, and some of his fondest memories were watching Pacers and he duke it out back in the day. I would love to see Paul George and Tyrese Halliburton play together. When is it time to win? Hopefully, starting this season. Like I'm hoping for a play-in spot. Like I don't think that's unrealistic. When Larry Legend suits up in the blue and gold finally. 2 years, Pacers better win a playoff series or it's time for new management. That's unrealistic, man. That's the one thing I hate about this team. I feel like fans have like unrealistic expectations. I feel like everybody wants our team to be good immediately. And like instead of allowing guys to develop, like Jarris Walker's not gonna be I don't think he's amazing in the next 2 years. He'll be good. Ben Mathurin could be, but the thing is it's like you have Tyrese Halliburton. I think we won't ever win past the second round. Like we'll get to the second round, but we won't ever advance to the second round so long as Miles Turner is our center. They're gonna make a plan. Oh yeah, that's true. They do play in the Eastern Conference, which has gotten a lot weaker in just the past season. They shouldn't cut him. They should trade him. Turner, I wouldn't cut him. I would definitely trade him because if we cut him, then we get nothing back for him. All right, the pick is in. Who do we get? Who the fuck is Ben Shepherd? Can someone explain? We drafted Ben Shepherd. I don't know who the fuck that is. What is with us and picking every motherfucker but the person we want? It wasn't Gigi Jackson. Wasn't Maxwell Lewis. I have no idea where he's from. Did this dude even work? Oh, he did work out for the Pacers. Okay. Well, I hope he's good. 18 points per game, 48% from the field, 5.2 rebounds a game, 3 assists per game. He's a shooter, but what have we got? Aiton? I don't know. Yeah, he's a forward, 6'6". Thanks, Mosen. Yeah, I was hoping for GG Jackson, but I don't know. I really don't know what the fuck the like this guy's workout was better than Leonard. Like this is why I hate workouts. I was gonna say this. Like I hate workouts because I think they're horrible fucking judgments of talent. Fucking Ben Shepherd. He better like is this another Chris Duarte pick? Like instead of taking Moses Moody, we take the fucking dude that like nobody knows about. I don't know. Buchanan deserves to be fired. I would have rather had Jackson. I would have rather had Jackson too. Like they drafted another fucking Chris Duarte. Like that's what they did. I don't know. That's depressing. So many good players left on the board. Even James Najee would have been fucking fine out of Nigeria. Like at least he's a center that like kind of plays. I don't know. Go to the Charlotte Hornets draft real quick because the pick's already in. Charlotte got Nick Smith Jr. Like why is every team better at picking players than us? Is there a reason for that? They better be in trade talks with fucking somebody. They keep selecting like the guys that don't make sense. You got the DJ leaving Goga Batadze just saying, yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense. GG Jackson was there, Maxwell Lewis was there, Leonard Miller was there, Nick Smith Jr. was there. We picked the fucking dude out of Belmont. I don't know. Apparently we're obsessed with shooting. The only thing that kid can do is shoot fucking threes. I don't even know how good of a defender he is. I don't know. All right, I've had enough. It's 11 o'clock. I'm going to bed. I've been depressed enough with this draft. Jarris Walker was good. That pick was kind of fucking unnecessary. So, all right, I will see you guys in another day and a half, hopefully. Peace out, guys.